Right, so petrol's going to go up by R2.43 a litre. That's for 93 octane. That will make it over 24 rand, or just below 24 rand for 93, 24 and 17 for 95 octane. Diesel, of course, is going up by over R1 a litre as well. Of course, it would have been worse if it wasn't for that fuel tax relief extension. But it seems that the message has gone through and motorists are starting to form at queues in petrol stations around Johannesburg. Pule-Letshiwiti-Jones joins us now from Bromhof. Pule, thank you so much for joining us. What's the situation?
Well, Sally, we're just about 5 hours away before we reach that historic high of 24 rand per litre. And what we're seeing right now, I'm just going to ask my colleague Omash to show you, is some of the motorists actually coming in here and pouring that petrol into their tanks, ensuring that they can start saving. And what I'm also going to start showing you as well is some of the queues that are having piled up here ever since when we left from the petrol station previously in Randburg just about an hour ago. This just goes to show you that motorists are beginning to take this serious. We saw that intervention by government the 11th hour, but it seems as though this may not be enough for some of the motorists coming here today, taking that last minute action to pour petrol into their tanks. But definitely, let's get the interaction, Sally. Let's start speaking to some of the motorists. It's very important that we hear how they feel rather by this burden that's been imposed by government. They feel as though it's a lot. They feel as though also the cost of living has become quite pricey. And most importantly, what's the next step of direction for them? I'm just going to try to speak to some of the random people here pouring petrol here. Perhaps maybe if we can speak to this gentleman here. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us at eNCA. I'm sorry for hijacking you. Petrol price is about to increase again in just about 5 hours. It must be a lot steep price, just over 24 rand. Do you think government could have done better to stop this?
I won't say government, but all stakeholders could have done better in preventing what's currently happening and taking place, given that, for us diesel users, it's going to be close to a 3 rands increase, so it's very, very steep considering all other prices are remaining constant. It's only fuel and inflation and others that are, affecting us. I don't even want to call myself middle class. We are heavily affected by all other factors, including now this petrol price increase.
So I'm assuming you're going to be pouring a full tank right now?
If I could pour more, I would definitely do so.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, Sally. Maybe if you can perhaps speak to someone else, just like the gentleman said, that, this price is quite a lot for them. And just on the matter of diesel, what I've noticed as well is that some garages, diesel could be 23 rand per litre, 20 rand per litre and 21 rand per litre. That goes to show that in terms of regulation, there also is a bit of a problem there when it comes to some of these stations having to price the amount of diesel per litre. I'm just trying to be careful here, Sally, as I move to try to speak to some of the motorists who can share their sentiments and perhaps tell us how they feel about the prices of petrol. Papa Lekai, petrol
How do you feel? I am very, I don't know what to do, because now we have to pay more. Transport is going up, everything is going up.
Do you think more could have been done by government to try and decrease this amount?
Please, please, if maybe, please.
You think they can do better?
Better, but this to run something is too much. Because a litre, 45 litre petrol, 2 rand 43 cents is too much.
So when are you pouring a full tank, or what's happening now?
Yeah, I'm here to fill the full tank.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us. Sally, I'm just going to try to get lost and watch just one more person left just to see if the views are the same. Earlier on, there was really a long queue when we arrived here of some of the motorists who tried to pour petrol, and we're quite shocked that the numbers are actually declining right now. But, it seems as though more people are actually going to be coming just after they have their dinner and try to pour that petrol into the tanks to ensure that they can have something for in the evening. I'm just going to try to speak to one of the last few people here just to see, or rather hear, what they have to say about this this petrol hike that's happening. So thank you very much for joining us, sir. Sorry for hijacking you. petrol prices have increased again, and just in about 5 hours we may be seeing 24 rand per litre. What do you say about this? Do you think more could have been done to stop this?
Hey, you know, I'll go in venda. Here's story by Sangamanda Nguri. What was the petrol is gonya, those gonya, everything she mentioned about Tazino. So the Tambu than a readers in Nguri. Mishumoni was one of Skokonda, South Africa economy, economic to Tapas, Chapas. And there's not as good, especially current demand about what to. So no, Warama post and a cabinet covers them something, what should empty promise. Cover something, quality, Roneta, and I see this and that, Renaga exchange, Chipinga exchange is a so umwe kawana posa yezu kwita South Africa zikurusubiza mingwane that way South Africa dollar makulenga mandi.
Thank you very much, sir. There's Sally, one of the customers here, saying much more must be done by government to actually try and ensure that they can resolve this issue of petrol prices, saying it's quite a lot. They believe that cabinet should go back to a drawing board and see if they can come up with better plans that could have a relief on motorists, saying that this amount is quite a lot and they don't want to see this actually having to increase come August. They believe that something must be done urgently as well.
Pule, just a question. I wonder if you've had a chance to speak to any of the petrol attendants. We have heard a few stories of people getting their tanks filled and then speeding off. And I'm just wondering if the petrol attendants are going to have to be even more vigilant about making sure people do pay up after filling their tanks.
Maybe perhaps we can find out from one of them who isn't busy at this particular moment, Mr. Gabriel here, who's one of the station supervisors who's working here. I'll just try to ask him if that hasn't happened before. I've seen that incident as well on social media, Sally, where people flayed off while they are actually pouring petrol, avoiding to pay. Mr. Gabriel, how are you doing? Good, good. I just wanted to find out something. Now that people are pouring petrol, pouring full tanks, have you had incidences here where people pour petrol and just fly off before paying?
Yeah, sometimes before. Yeah, we used to have it. Yeah, drive-offs. Yeah.
And what's happening now? Have you tried to beef up the security?
We always be alert. Yeah, that's how we make sure that, especially the cars which doesn't have a number plates during the night. Yeah, that's where we got the problem of drive-offs. Yeah, during the night.
So you are cautious about that from happening now?
Very rare.
Yeah,
it's very rare now. Yeah.
Okay. When was the last time it happened?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but it happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, the gentleman there just looks a bit busy, Sally, but we've heard what he had to say about the speed off, saying some customers would come here, pour petrol and just speed off just like that, which is quite a concern. But it looks as though they have this on the wraps and we'll be looking out for it as well.